Chiefs Kingdom. Is it over for Kansas City after falling to 5-5 on the 2025 season with the loss to the Denver Broncos? We're going to talk about that and some other reactions coming out of Week 11 today on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. My name's Jackson Durham. Here we go. So like I said off the top, Chiefs fans, we are talking Overreaction Monday today. Rough day in the Kingdom coming off of a tough loss to Denver. We talked about it a lot in the lead up to this game, that this was a must-win game for Kansas City in a lot of ways, in my opinion, and we didn't quite get it. But before we get into that, we're going to get into some injury news. And then after that, we've also got some winners and losers to discuss today. But first, I want to hear from you guys. Let's take a minute to vent as Chiefs fans. Who do you think is most responsible for the Week 11 loss? Is it Andy Reid for the play calling? I think that might be the direction I'm leaning in. Is it the offensive line? They had some struggles, a lot of penalties. Is it even Patrick Mahomes? I've seen a lot of people point the finger at number 15 this week, and maybe there's some reasons why. Let me know in the comments where you end up on this one. Who do you blame most for the Week 11 loss? Let me know. But let's get into the injury update. So, Andy Reid in the postgame said, all right, as far as the injuries go, really, Kingsley was the only one that got hurt on the interception there, so he hit his head on the turf. And I was really hoping that we would have something more concrete on this for you guys today, but it just hasn't come up yet. We still don't know exactly what the severity of Kingsley's concussion is going to be. But as I've talked about over and over again already, we hit on it last night really, really hard. This is just, and we're not frustrated with Kingsley, let me be clear. But it is frustrating to have another injury come up at a position group that has been racked with them this season, and you just gotten back to fully healthy. You just gotten everybody back along the line, and it looked good to start this game. You had some good moments before the penalties really started to take over. I felt like Josh and Jawan just really got to hold in a little bit too much. Watching the All-22 last night, we got away with even more holds than were actually called. But like I'm saying, frustrating that we've lost Kingsley to this point. This could be a week-to-week situation with the concussion. Concussions are always something NFL teams are going to slow play in the modern era of football. That's just something you have to be aware of the reality of. In the current PR landscape of the NFL with concussions seeing the way that they are, and I'm not saying that this is wrong at all. I think this is the right decision by the NFL. But this absolutely could be a week-to-week situation for Kingsley. So it's something we're going to have to monitor over the next couple days, something I will keep you guys updated on. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you put those notifications on, because injury news is a huge part of what we cover. We may put out a short as soon as we get that update, and you do not want to miss it. But let's get into the reactions coming out of Week 11. Number one, Kansas City Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs. Seen this over and over again across Chiefs Twitter, across the Kingdom. I've seen it in my comments that the Chiefs are out of the postseason. Guys, slow your horses a little bit. Slow your roll just a little bit. We are still 100% in this race. That is an overreaction, in my opinion. I went across the internet last night, and maybe this is the copium in me, just being a Chiefs fan, really wanted to see that we could make the playoffs. But look, 3 different sources here. New York Times, their playoff machine, their simulator, what I think is the best source for playoff data. I think they take the largest number of things into account. They have us at a nearly 60%. ESPN FPI, 55.4%. And NFL Next Gen Stats, 54%. So all 3 of these very qualified sources that run a ton of simulations of the NFL season, we're making the playoffs in more than 54% of all 3 of their simulations. It is absolutely not time to give up just yet, guys. I'm looking at you who's running down to the comments right now to type, it's over for the Kansas City Chiefs, give up on 2025, focus on 2026. No, not yet. Not just yet. Lose a couple more, we can have that conversation. We can get there. Maybe we'll start mock draft season. But not just yet, guys. We are still firmly in this race. In the AFC right now, I know We're down in the tiebreaker battle to a couple teams. I know we lost that head-to-head to the Jags. I know we lost that head-to-head to the Bills. But it is overcomable. And do you want to know why? Because we've got this guy right here. Nobody in the NFL has Patrick Mahomes except for Kansas City. And maybe I'm a homer. Maybe this is just the fan in me talking. But I have trust in the best quarterback in football. I know a lot of people pointed the finger at him yesterday. I know it wasn't his best day. But I have trust that he will get back to the level that he's been at, that he will deliver once again for this team, because he's done it time and time again in his career. He has never not made the AFC Championship. I don't see any reason to quit on him now. And when you talk about things that are the best, talk about Patrick Mahomes, and you're also talking about Omaha Steaks, guys. Omaha Steaks is unrivaled when it comes to the quality, and they make some of the best gifts you can give this holiday season. I know I'm giving all of my friends Omaha Steaks, wrapping it up with their gifts, getting them some of the best burgers on the market, some of the best deli-style franks on the market, and of course, their namesake steaks, Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand cut by master butchers in America's heartland. And I know that sounds real fancy, guys, but I've got an exclusive deal just for our Chiefs Report viewers. The Kingdom is going to save an extra $35 off with promo code Chiefs at checkout. So you can save big on fantastic gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code Chiefs at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code Chiefs. Another huge shout out to Omaha Steaks. We always appreciate them supporting the channel. And if you do go check them out, make sure you use that promo code Chiefs to save $35 off and support the channel. Let's get back into the Week 11 reactions. Number 2, Kansas City's going to lose the AFC West. And I hate to say it, guys. Stings. This one's not an overreaction. It's true. It absolutely is. And anyone who watched the preview, another reason why you should subscribe, knew that this was on the line coming into this week. Knew that if you lost this game, this went out the window. Nothing else really mattered other than the outcome of this one. You're already so far behind the Broncos. You're already behind the Chargers. You now have no head-to-head advantage over either of those teams. Your odds to win this division have tanked down to just 9%. 38% if you won this game, guys. 9% now that you did not. I just can't put it any simpler than that. That's more than 4 times different. 4 times lower odds to win this division because you did not take home this game. For the first time since Obama sat in the Oval Office, you will not take home the AFC West. Unless you pull off this absolute, I don't even know what to describe it as, but there is a chance, there's a small chance, 9%. You can't lose more than 2 games the rest of the way, which I'm not going to, that's probably the easier end of this. I actually do have a lot of confidence in Kansas City to continue to get back on track, but it's everything else that you have to have happen. That's why we're so low on the odds. You must beat the Broncos in Week 17 and the Chargers in Week 15. These 2 games, if you lose them, no matter what you do in the rest of them, it just doesn't matter. And number 3, the Broncos must lose twice, but you also need them to beat the Chargers in Week 18. And then you need a litany of help from other AFC wildcard contenders and other to win games against your divisional opponents. This is just dicey, to say the very least, guys. You're relying on so many other teams to help you get back into the picture of winning this division. Yes, it is possible. Is it likely? Absolutely not. Is it going to happen? No. I hate to say it, it isn't going to happen. Bet a lot of money on the fact that it is not going to happen. It is time to focus on the wild card race. Like I said, there is no reason to give up just because you lost the streak, just because our run in the AFC West came to an unfortunate end. It was always going to, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news on that one. The NFL is not a league of dynasties. The NFL is not a league that has been very prone to producing dynastic success. Our run in the AFC West was already ridiculous as it was. It was always coming to an end, especially when you have these teams building their teams to beat you. But you can't let that you can't just quit because you lose the AFC West. You're still right there in the AFC wild card. And I see too many people in this fan base giving up. I see too many people quitting. But I want to hear from our fan base today. I want you guys to restore my confidence in the comment section because I've seen a lot of quitters after that loss. And I want you guys to let me know that it was just frustration from that game. Give me some more faith in Chiefs Kingdom. Let me know you guys have faith in Kansas City. Get in the comments and scale it. How confident are you in the Kansas City Chiefs making the playoffs? If you don't feel like they're going to do it, break my heart. Get down there and type number 1 if you feel like there's absolutely no chance that Kansas City gets in there. But if you're with me, if you think that the Chiefs have a really solid chance to fight their way back into an AFC wildcard spot, put it up there a little bit higher. Give me a 7, give me an 8, give me a 9. Hell, give me a 10 if you are really, really confident. But whatever you're going to do, get down there and let me know how confident you are in the Chiefs making the playoffs. And let's get back into our reactions. 2 more. It's time to fire Dave Toub. And it is time to get rid of Harrison Butker. Both of these guys have got to go. I said this last night. I did in my instant reaction video. And I asked a question of the people who are still around to support Harrison at this point. Because this is absolutely not an overreaction, if my initial statements have not made that clear. I want to know, what is it going to take for you to get rid of Harrison Butker? It's a simple question, and you can answer it in the comments. What do you think needs to happen for Harrison Butker to go? Where is the line? Because we have seen a litany of mistakes from Butker this season. I built a graphic like 3 weeks ago talking about how many mistakes Harrison Butker had made on the year, talking about how, hey, maybe we need to bench this guy. And I had to put it back together. I had to update this thing because he just continues to make mistakes. It just continues to pile up. 4 missed extra points this season. He is 5 for 8 from beyond 40 yards. Beyond 40 yards, you should be significantly more accurate than 5 for 8. 2 kickoff penalties. He kicked one out of bounds against the Jags. That nearly lost us that game, set him up at the 40-yard line. And then he kicked it short against the Broncos, set him up at the 40-yard line again. In a game you lose by 1 possession. 35th in the NFL in extra point percentage. There are still 3 backup kickers making a higher percentage of their extra points than Harrison Butker. And he is 22nd in field goal percentage in the NFL. The reputation that he earned in his career as one of the best kickers in the NFL is absolutely valid. He absolutely contributed a ton to Kansas City. I know I say it every time, but it is time to live with the reality of what Harrison Butker is in the year 2025, and that is a bad kicker. And if you, as a special teams coach in Dave Toub, are allowing a bad kicker to go out there and kick consistently, and allowing a bad special teams unit to go out there and commit penalty after penalty, then you're doing one of 2 things. You're coaching those mistakes, or you are allowing those mistakes to occur. Either way, it's on you. It is on Dave Toub, and it is on Harrison Butker. And I'm tired of the consistent refrain from Toub of, oh, we'll just keep doing the same things we do in practice, and eventually things will get back to normal. We'll right the ship. How? Do you know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the exact same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that is exactly what we continue to do in the special teams department in Kansas City. And I'm going a little crazy myself watching it happen. End it. Cut it off. Toub and Butker have got to go. Lastly, Noah Williams needs to get back out there. What's going on with Noah Williams? I feel like I've said this time and time again. We have extremely talented young cornerback. It is so rare for a rookie corner to come into the NFL and to play half as good as Noah Williams has played for Kansas City this season. And to sit him down the way we did, to give him 0 snaps, I know the text might be a little bit hard to read. This maybe should have been a full screen. My bad here, gang. But look at him right there. 0 snaps. 22 special team snaps. Played 76% of the snaps on special teams. He played 0 snaps on defense, guys. 9 snaps for Christian Fulton, who has been a healthy scratch for the majority of this season. He gets to play Noel Williams' run. What are we doing? We've scratched Fulton for 4 straight games, and all of a sudden he just gets to come in and take over for Noel? What is going on? I don't know. I'm asking the whole audience here. If anyone can give me an explanation for why you think Christian Fulton, A, got back into the lineup as an active roster player yesterday, or where the hell Noel Williams went outside of special team snaps, I would love to hear what your explanation is because I am racking my brain trying to think of a reason why it made any sense to do that. It just didn't. It absolutely did not. Look at the numbers on Noel Williams this season. 53% completion percentage allowed, 4 yards per target into his coverage. He has seen 15 targets. He has allowed 8 of them for 61 yards. 63.5 passer rating allowed. That's out of 158.3. That's like making a quarterback take a test every time they throw at Noel Williams, and the average quarterback is getting a 30. A 30. This is the guy that you let sit on the bench to allow Christian Fulton to play. And this is what happened. Look at what Bo Nix did to our secondary. 65% completion percentage, almost 300 yards passing, 8 yards per attempt, no TDs, no interceptions, and your 90 quarterback rating for Bo Nix. I don't know, I'm not a mathematician, gang. But that's a lot higher than the 65 that Noel is allowing into his coverage on average. And, hey, sorry, Broncos fans. Bo Nix isn't very good, so it pisses me off to see him torch our defense like this. It really, really does. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You let yourself get torched by sitting one of your better defenders once again. You allowed Christian Fulton to go out there and play significant snaps. It's just frustrating at the end of the day, guys. It really is just frustrating to watch this team make decisions like that. I just don't understand why Noel Williams is not playing significant snaps when he plays as well as he does. What am I missing? Anyway, let's get into some winners and some losers coming out of this game. Speaking of guys in the secondary, ranted a lot about our secondary. Shamari Connor, man. You guys know I've been hard on Connor consistently, and I think rightfully so, deservedly, especially when he plays that slot corner role. He's really struggled at times, but he played really well this week. Got a sack on a DB blitz, led the team in tackles once again, and he had a pass breakup. Just want to give some props to Shamari Connor, continuing to prove me wrong, continuing to show that when he is at safety, this guy is a very solid part of our defense. Let's just keep him there, Spags. Let's just do that for me. Kareem Hunt, also another winner from this game. I wish he got more volume. I wish he got more touches. But Kareem, another guy who's heard it from me at times this season in a not positive way, but I'm going to give him props when they're deserved, and they absolutely were deserved. He has been running so hard these last 2 weeks, and I think it's ridiculous that we don't give him more workload. Kareem Hunt should be seeing more touches in this offense, but I want to give him props. Averaged 4.5 yards per carry yesterday, 59 yards on 13 totes, and he had a really nice hurdle as well. Good game from Kareem. Other end of our backfield, without Isaiah Pacheco, where was Burchard, man? And I'm calling him a loser on this one, but I really just feel like this is another failure of play calling, another failure of coaching and game planning. No role for Burchard Smith in this offense. Explosive, speedy running back who has receiving skill set, converted receiver out of SMU. Just give him 2 touches on the day for 8 yards. Not even hand him the ball as a runner. He's supposed to be a running back. All he ever does is catch the ball. I would love to see him get more involved in the ground game. I would love to see Burchard Smith be a bigger part of this offense. A total ghost yesterday. And then lastly, never been a loser for me before, but Andy Reid. I got to have Andy on this. And if you're wondering why, I'm not going to do the full 9 yards rant that I did last night. I encourage you to go check out my instant reaction from last night where I really hit on some points. And look, we're not getting into fire Andy season. I've seen some people go down that road already. You're ridiculous. We're not firing Andy Reid. But every coach, even the greatest coaches, can have bad game plan days, can have days where they don't get it right. And yesterday was exactly that from Andy Reid. Bad game plan from Andy. Bad game plan from the Chiefs overall. Bad execution of a bad game plan to add on to that. And that's pretty much all there is to it, gang. I think it's time. We've ranted enough about the Week 11 loss. Time to turn our eyes towards Indianapolis. Time to wipe the slate clean. 5-5, staring down the rest of the season. I'm going to catch you guys later this week for our preview of the Colts. We will see you next time. Let's go, Kansas City Chiefs.